This is going to be why waist slimming workouts don't work. So no matter how many crunches you do, how many sit-ups, how much cardio on the treadmill that you do, it's not going to burn fat unless you know these key points. Now, who's this video for? Mainly, if you've ever Googled the best ab exercise for fat loss, which is actually none, because they don't work. I'm going to show you the alternative and what actually works, because I'm a qualified PT. So I'm going to save you the stress, stop you wasting your time doing all this hard work, getting nowhere. This is the truth. So the first thing I want to get through is removing the myths in your head that make you think you need to do these waist slimming workouts that don't work. And the first one is spot reduction is a myth. Now you can't pick and choose where the fat goes from. It'll just go depending on your genetics. If you ever feel like you lose fat from everywhere except from your belly, it's not your fault. It just happens, and there is ways around it. Number two is stomach exercises equals fat loss. Now they do not lead to fat loss. Stomach exercises build the muscle underneath the layer of fat, but they won't get rid of the fat because you can't spot reduce it. If you do 100 sit-ups a day, that'll just strengthen it. Maybe you want that, but you can't see it unless you get rid of the fat. This is an entirely different thing to a silly little ab workout, which won't actually get rid of the fat. Number three is cardio alone won't burn the fat. So this is all these three things you might think, I'm doing these, but it's not going, and now you know why, because they don't work. Overdoing your cardio will not just burn fat, it'll burn the muscle, which leads to a slower metabolism, so you can't eat as much food because you'll keep gaining weight. What you want to do is build some muscle, build some strength, and then your metabolism rises. So the key is to balance everything. So balance your strength training, strategic cardio, don't just walk on the treadmill, do it with purpose, know what you're doing, right? And high protein. So strength, cardio, protein, that's the main three that I want to get through to you. And now we've just tackled everything you thought was right, I'm going to now show you everything that is right. So the real way to slim your waist. Okay? Number one is prioritize fat loss through nutrition. So this is your diet, right? This is really important. Have a calorie deficit, and that means eat 250 to 500 calories less than you normally would. This will lead to weight loss, always. And I'll get through to some points after about accountability that you're missing, because you've got to actually track what you're eating, or else it won't work, because you don't even know if you're on a deficit. Now, what I said earlier, the high protein, if you consume high protein, you will maintain your muscle mass and lose the fat. But if you neglect the protein, you will burn the fat and the muscle at the same time, which you don't want. So to keep the muscle, eat lots of protein. So deficit, protein, easy enough, yeah? And now if you feel like you're eating less, but the scales just won't go down, I've got a massive tip at the end, so stay towards the end of this video and I'll show you how to tackle that. And number two is strength training is key. Now this I'm always going to push, especially on women, because women think if you lift some weights, you're going to turn into the Hulk. Get that out your head. It'll take 10 years for a woman to build that much muscle that she'll look like a man. So what does strength training actually do? It increases your metabolism, so you can eat more without gaining weight. That's one ace benefit. That's why you should do it. Number two, it shapes your body, so you don't just look skinny when you've lost belly fat or weight all over. You'll actually look shredded. Well, not shredded, that's the wrong word. Toned, you'll look toned, there you go. And you'll also lose fat. Another thing with strength training is I want you to focus on compound movements. And this is a little diagram I've shown, I'll try to zoom in for you. But compound movements outweigh core exercises for results all the time. So that's why these waist slimming workouts don't work, because you need to do the compound movements. You need to focus on your diet. You need to get rid of all this stupid stuff out of your head and focus on the stuff that works. So these lifts include squats. I'll show you how I do them now. This is a squat, nice and easy, but it takes a lot of practice on your form. Deadlifts, they're amazing for your lower back. They'll strengthen up your lower back, you'll feel it. You'll feel like there's an uncomfortable pain, but it's not a bad pain, right? It's great. And number three is bench press. And let's say if you're a woman that's just started and you can't do bench press just yet because it's heavy, it's 20 kg. You can use dumbbells. You can start off with 4 kg a side and start pushing them. I've built my clients, all of my clients, up to barbells. Shoulder press, that's another great one. Takes a bit more mental focus for dumbbells. Also pull-ups. And now don't let that scare you, because pull-ups are actually easy if you use an assisted pull-up machine. And the last thing for strength training is muscle equals your body will be a fat burning machine even at rest. So that when you're just chilling, you'll still be burning calories because the muscle takes a lot of calories to maintain, right? This means you can eat more food, you can enjoy life, you can not try to restrict yourself too much. Just take away 250 calories a day, consume a lot of protein, and you'll be sorted. Your belly fat will go down so fast. Number three is strategic cardio. Now this is very important because every new member at my PureGym just walks on the treadmill, and I have to speak to them because I know that they need my advice. Walking on the treadmill won't do anything if you're not doing it with purpose. Another thing you can do instead of walking on the treadmill is HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. This is like short bursts of 20 seconds of work, then 40 seconds of rest. That's a 1-to-2 ratio. You can do moderate intensity exercises. So instead of really high intensity getting your heart rate to the max, you'll still burn fat from moderate intensity. For a workout split, I recommend most people starting on 3 days a week. So you want to do an upper strength training session, all upper body, okay? Shoulders, back, biceps, triceps, chest. Then you want a lower body workout. So this is quads, hamstrings, calves, adductors a little bit, ab exercises. And then the third day is going to be a cardio. So do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That'll be a perfect split for you. Now, 1 hour of treadmills does sound productive when you think about it, but without the strength phase of actually lifting weights, you're missing the key to fat loss. Strength training is so crucial. But I do have a tip if you want to do some cardio on the treadmill, if you're a bit nervous about going in the weights section. This is 30 minutes on the treadmill, just 30 minutes. Put the incline up to 12, like you're walking on a hill, right? And you want to walk at 3 miles an hour. Now this will be pretty slow, but you can have a nice steady walk with it. And with the incline, your calves will be burning. You'll feel it on the bottom of your legs and it'll feel like you're climbing a mountain, right? But it'll be fun. You can always downgrade to incline 5, 10, whatever you want. And you want to work up to an incline 12. This will burn fat really fast. So it's fast and effective. And the next point is water intake matters a lot. If you up your water intake, it will lower bloating. So it might not even be belly fat. You might just be bloated constantly and you think it's fat, but it's not. So have more water, see if that works for a week. It'll increase your metabolism if you have more water. It'll make you feel fuller for longer, stop you craving sweets and pastries and donuts. And a higher water intake increases your fat loss potential, so you can lose more weight faster. Everyone's deprived of water, just have a lot of water. I recommend 3 litres a day for the average person. That's 500 millilitres, just a little bottle, times 6. You want that per day. So just keep having little sips throughout the day. After you've done a workout, have a whole bottle. You want 500 ml. Yeah, like I said, half the time it's just a bloated belly. It's not actually belly fat. But if you have something you can grab onto, just implement some of these things and it will work. Number 5 is anti-inflammatory foods. This is a major one that I always use now. Blueberries are a great anti-inflammatory. Salmon as well, it's got omega-3s and it helps lubricate your joints. If you don't have this and you start doing squats and deadlifts, you're going to feel knee pain. Also, olive oil, that's got anti-inflammatory properties. Don't have too much because obviously it's a lot of fat. Have 1 tablespoon a day, maybe put it on some chicken, something like that. But olive oil is great, so don't avoid fats. Fats aren't bad, it's just how you use them. Garlic's ace, add that to pasta bolognese or whatever you want. Spinach, I have that every single day in my smoothies, I blend it together. And a ginger and turmeric shot. And you have one major point now, the missing piece connecting the dots for you getting your dream body and having a flat stomach. It's in 2 parts, and I'm going to say the second part, which is the most important part, last. Because I want you to say to the end of this video, right? Do you want to guess? Do you want to feel overwhelmed? Or do you just want to take away the guesswork and have the plan ready for you? I want you to do my plan for 1 month and see what happens to your body. It's free, it covers all of this plus more. So I've got loads of advice on there. You get guaranteed results as long as you stick to the plan. I get people opening my emails, they're not even reading the document. How are they supposed to implement this stuff if they don't even read it? You've got to read it, you've got to act on it. And you've got to consistently act on it, week after week after week. Do it for 4 weeks and you'll see belly fat will be flattened. It includes the stomach toning blueprint, what doesn't work, what does work. You've got an 8-week step-by-step workout plan. I also include why cardio alone won't work. I've covered some of it here. The basics of nutrition for fat loss. Time effective workout techniques. This will save you hours in the gym because you only need 45 minutes rather than an hour and a half, like most people think. So if you want my free fat loss and toning guide, there's a link to it in the description and I'll send it straight to your inbox. Now the last point, the missing piece to your success is accountability and tracking. If you create the structure or use my structure which works, this is how you're going to win. So how do you track your progress? What I want you to do is go on Google Sheets and make yourself a workout program. If you don't know how to design one, you can tick the box on that free guide that there's a link in the description. If you tick the box, you can get on a free call with me and I'll actually give you a workout program for your specific body for free. So we can just talk about your goals, your obstacles, what type of training you want to do. We can get a free 45-minute call in. Also, what you can do on Google Sheets is measure yourself. So measure your waist mostly. Measure it weekly, monthly. Me and my clients do monthly, and then we measure our weight weekly, just so that we know we keep it on track. Also, what you can do is have diet apps. So I use NutriCheck, all my clients use NutriCheck, and I can see their results on there, even without seeing them. Like I said, you don't know if you're on a deficit unless you're tracking. So track every single day. Make it easy to track, have the same meals. Also, there's another app called Yuka. Yuka is where you scan a barcode in a shop and it tells you 0 out of 100 if it's good for you or not. And it actually gives you some alternatives. That's free, or you can pay £10 if you want offline mode, because sometimes I don't get service in Tesco. And now I've got one last thought for you. This will keep you motivated. Think about this. Have you ever thought, I'm working so hard, why am I not seeing results? That's because effort without strategy is like you running on the treadmill and expecting to get somewhere. It's not going to happen, right? Strategy is the key. So if you want my free strategy, link in the description, it covers all of this plus more. And if you want to get on that call, check the box and I'll give you a free workout program for your unique body. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.